Welcome to Builds with Blocks, a show centered around the micro action figures and brick-based construction sets of the Halo universe. I'm your host, Colin Perkins, and I'm joined by Tom Fishenden.
Hey, we're back.
We are back. That's right. And today we have a special community interview episode. Today we're joined by Jonathan MCX from the Mega Chief Construx Creator YouTube channel. Whew, you got a mouthful there, sir. Say hello.
Hi there, guys. Hi, everyone. It's an honor to be here. Really an honor it is.
I recently had the pleasure of visiting John. I was out in his neck of the woods this summer, and he hit me up, and got to visit him, spend some good time with him, and see the massive collection that he has collected over the last, I don't know, however long. That's probably from the beginning. We'll find out here soon. So wanted to talk about that. Just have a good old chat, good old collector chat today. So it'll be fun to jump in and hear what he has. We have some pictures to share and all that other good stuff. But before we do that, wanted to jump in and talk about what we've been up to on the block front. I'll hand it off to Tom first. Tom, have you been doing anything? It's been a minute since we've chatted.
I have. I got Scorpion Clash.
You did? Did you put it together?
I did. Very happy to have the Scorpion. Very cool build. And then in terms of other projects, I can now officially say I'm working on a video game, which is very exciting.
Congratulations. Heck yeah. Job number 2 or job number 3?
It depends on if you count this as a job. But yeah, I am helping with a dinosaur video game called Instinction, so I am very hyped.
That's amazing. Yeah. Is that associated with Jurassic Park, or is it just dinosaur based?
Just dinosaur based.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Congratulations.
We're excited for you. Very hyped. So,
awesome.
Yeah, being a busy boy.
Yeah, for sure. I'll go quick and then we'll hand it off to John. So I'm going to do a quick unboxing for you guys on here. I have so much stuff just sitting around, and I just haven't been as into it as lately. Do we know what this is yet?
Shipping box, yeah.
Do we know what this is yet?
I know what it is.
Do we know what it is yet?
Oh, yeah.
Do we know what it is yet? It is the Masters of the Universe San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. How do I even open this? I don't even know yet.
Colin,
oh, you know what? I'm not going to open it because I don't want to break this on air. But it's behind here. There it is. The 40. That's a pretty sweet logo, actually.
That's cool. Yeah.
I don't know if these are still available on their website, but I'm excited to dig into this a bit. I've been collecting, but I haven't really been building a whole lot lately. So I also got the Scorpion. I just came earlier this week, and I tucked it right there. I will build it eventually. I have the Ghost. I have most of the new sets. The Phantoms are out there now. I haven't received mine yet. I think I had mentioned on air at some point, I did order on deep discount for a good price, but that one hasn't come through. They did come through on the Falcon and the Ghost that I ordered. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, mostly just been, I did pick up the blind bags. I did find the blind bags. So I have a couple of these little duties.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
Yeah, and of course I broke them. But I'm trying to compete with Kevin Hurd. I think Kevin Hurd has about 100 of these already.
Yeah.
So my Sentinel army is beginning. So yeah, just kind of been collecting a little bit, not too much building, but I think we'll dive into what John, what have you been doing? You've been collecting.
I'm still collecting a lot. If you see behind me, I got the Phantom from Amazon.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Yeah.
Right back there. I'm working on the Scarab. It's this is my 4th edition of it. I keep changing it. One thing I do notice as a builder, you can't fall in love with what you build because you want to keep changing it. And I'm what came out so far, but I might just end up changing once the legs goes on and see how that comes out. Depending how the angle looks, I want to have a certain tilt to it to where it's leaning a little forward in the game. So I'm working on that. So let's see how it turns out. Depending how that turns out, I might change the body. Unfortunately, I tried to copy too much of the old Scarab, the way and I made a lot of doors and have egress and everything's connected. and a web and stuff inside. But let's see how it goes when it's finished building. I was just saying about the Master Universe box there, though, Colin. Yeah, you don't want to open it. There's a trap door where it switches, where he changes from He-Man. If you open it the wrong way, it breaks the box. So I'm glad you didn't.
I would have definitely done that.
That would have been amazing to witness live on there.
Yeah, exactly. Jan's watching saying, don't open it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you break that lever, and it's hard to fix to put back. Actually, it just flips down, but it's a good thing though. But beyond that, I'm still working on a couple of Phantoms, and then Phantom and the Banish. And after this, I'm actually building a larger version of the Falcon. I remember when Tom was doing his edition of when he was talking about the newest Falcon, how sturdy. So I've got larger propellers. That's from the Call of Duty sets. I'm gonna put it onto the new Falcon, make it larger, and make like a 10-seat Falcon. Where if you see the game, they're able to stand and walk around a little bit, a little larger. And that's my next project after this one, though.
I love that. Do you have a timetable for that scare? Because I feel like that's gonna be a popular video on your channel.
It's about the next 2 weeks, depending. Next week I'll get the legs done. I actually have the build, the way the legs are gonna go in my mind. I just haven't got a chance to get that going, but I will get it done. I'm still debating over the top to change it or not. So let's see how it goes. Actually,
well, hopefully you can send us some pictures and we can include them in the edit.
I was going to say that means I need to edit this episode very quickly.
So.
Problem.
Have you built the Phantom, or you just have that? Have you opened that yet?
Not yet. I'm going to open it. I just came yesterday. I probably build it this week or next week when I have a lot of time coming up. Actually. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, you got you're gonna be holed up for a little while.
Yeah.
So
gives a chance to give my mind a break from work.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you're a busy guy. Well, that's awesome. Why don't we dive into your history with Halo? So, you have been, usually we start with Halo and then we kind of transition over into kind of construction sets and Lego and that sort of stuff. So take us through, are you a Halo fan? Did you play the games? Do you have that history, or is it more just about the sets and kind of the science fiction and all that sort of stuff?
I played Halo since the very beginning. I got my Xbox when it first came out. And Halo was my first game, and I've been hooked since. I've been a Halo fanatic, you would say. I pretty much played all the games, but guys, I haven't played the new one yet.
I
just don't have the time lately. But
were you one of the people that were waiting for the co-op situation too, or have you just not set aside time to play the game?
Just haven't set the time. But once I started, I'll take my 2 or 3 days to finish the whole campaign.
Sure.
And then I'm playing it on the hero or onto legendary modes, but I'll get hooked where I won't sleep.
Yeah.
I have to play through, and I've just been a big series of a big fan of all the campaigns. Some of the most memorable moments in the games in Halo 3. I don't remember towards the end where Master Chief just went through where he just met the Mind or the Grave where
Grave Mind. That's Halo 2. When it's him and Arbiter against the Grave Mind. Yeah.
The very ending where he meets up with Arbiter and Arbiter's holding the flamethrower. Do you remember that scene though? That last part?
Yep.
You're talking about Cortana, aren't you?
Cortana
the most
mission.
Stressful Halo mission in any game, apart from the library.
Exactly. So that scene, one of the things I was able to do, Arbiter's holding the flamethrower. I don't know if you guys remember.
Yep.
I wanted a flamethrower too. Right before that, you're able to pick up the flamethrower, but before that, there's an explosion where you lose it. So I was able to hit a place in the game where after the explosion, I'm still able to retrieve the flamethrower.
Oh yeah.
So I got the flamethrower after the explosion. There was I remember that part of the game. There's an explosion. I got the flamethrower. I put in the camo mode where I see through all the flood, and I'm standing next to the Arbiter with the flamethrower. So we both have flamethrowers flaming everything.
Yeah.
And that's one of the most proudest moments. I can't seem to repeat that again, but that's one of the most proudest moments of the games when I played.
That's brilliant.
That, and also in Halo 1, there was this one time I was on the Ghost. I was going up against a Banshee. It was where one of the snow scenes in the middle of the game where it was the Banshee's chasing after me. So I got him into going around a circle like a tornado. We're basically going around in circle, circle, circle. We got trapped in that mode. And eventually, if you go there long enough, your Ghost that you're driving will hit the Banshee. You're in it for seems like a whole minute in the whole circle. I can't seem to get that again. That was one of my favorite moments in the game also, actually.
I love that. So do you play Halo by yourself, or do you play with a buddy, or how do you typically sit down and play?
I do have a couple of friends here that plays Halo, but most of the time I do play. I just really play the campaign.
Yeah.
Over
I'm the same.
levels, and especially Reach. I think I mentioned before, Colin. I'm not that crazy about the Flood. I mean, it's fighting against them or just the whole storyline with them. But I know people love the Flood. That's why I love it so much. I'll play over and over again sometimes. So
gotcha.
Favorite games of all of them.
Yep. Take out that kind of that horror element, or that's kind of that horde element. So I totally get that. Very cool.
Yeah, it's like a different way where they keep. I mean, I can't say it. I mean, it's challenging. I don't mind it, but it's just I prefer fighting. I just prefer fighting the Covenant sometimes. So that's
I feel like a lot of people have nostalgia for the Flood, but when they actually fight the Flood and play those levels again, they're just like, ugh, this isn't very fun anymore.
Nobody has nostalgia for the library.
Right.
Oh yeah, true. That's true. Yeah.
Yes.
And that's where I am with the games right now. I played all of them except for the new one. That's the only one. And eventually I definitely will.
Oh yeah.
I do read some of the books. I haven't read them in a while. I read some of the books before. Yeah, that I have, and I do have Paramount. So I haven't watched the series yet, but I've been meaning to watch it. I just haven't had the time to watch it yet, but I will watch it though.
You'll have to tell us what you think. I think something Tom and I have talked about, I forget if it was on air or not, but is we would love to see some toys, right? Something come out of that series. Yeah. I think that would be it seems like a missed opportunity right now, but maybe it's because they didn't know how it's going to be received. I don't know.
I went to say something there and then instantly went, no, it's a spoiler. I can't say it.
Oh, right. Yeah. Keep in mind, he hasn't watched.
Isn't they renewed for a second season though, right?
They're filming it right now. Yep. They're on site.
They're in Iceland.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, their filming's near where Halo Nightfall filmed. It looks like, which is really cool because that was Iceland as well.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah. Okay, I gotta watch it then.
Yeah.
I know, Tom. You reviewed it. I tried catching some Sundays with you when you guys were doing it though on those Sundays. Again, I depending when I get home from work, because I work Sundays too. Yeah. I miss part of it though, but I try to catch your podcast on that though sometimes though.
They were a lot of fun doing those with Oren. He did a really good job with that show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I would say watch the shows first, or you could even, because the way we did it is you watch an episode and then listen to our podcast, and or you can listen to the one as we're watching it, right? Then we do a watch along. Yeah. Also, did. Yeah. So definitely worth checking out.
Oh yeah. I see. I was on one of those watch alongs actually. With you guys. But I couldn't stay on long because I was working at the time also.
Oh, I gotcha.
Gotta do that more.
Just have us like in one ear and keep hiding it whenever you.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, talk us through your history with construction sets. Most likely Lego or any other competitors, or did you do Lego? I guess back in the day, did you do other stuff along those same lines?
Yes, I had a lot of Legos. I collected mostly the themes, of course, Star Wars, the Aquanauts, and a lot of the space vehicles. And I with that, I bought a lot of sets, knowing I was gonna build some big sets out of that, which I did with a lot of the series, a lot of the Aquanauts, underwater stuff, and the other space. And I tried this, and I loved Halo. So at that time, when the Halo sets first coming out, I didn't want to get it because I knew I would spend a lot of money on it. But then the first set was the Scorpion, and I was basically hooked. So I got that, and I started.
Your first set was the Scorpion? Oh, the old one. right? The
Yeah.
gold
Caleb
one.
Wars
Yeah,
Desert
yeah.
one, yeah.
Yeah, and then I didn't get the blind bags until Series 2.
Mm-hmm.
At Series 2, Series 1, I start building up. I start collecting more and more. I just fell in love with it. I had the same complaints as everyone else. Things were falling apart. So, but then they improved it so much now.
Yeah.
But now I stopped. Actually, I stopped Lego because I just loved Mega so much more. It's more challenging and there's so much more you can do. And if you ask me, even though I do have some Legos, I do get some sets. If you ask me prefer one or the other, it's Mega all the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So much more you definitely can do with it though. It's much more secure. The one thing I noticed about Lego though, guys, I noticed that they make pieces to make the ship or the vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
Or Mega, they actually build up to make that particular piece
Right.
to put in the vehicle. So I found that's so much more, again, challenging and more like, it's satisfying, put it that way.
Yeah.
I find Mega a lot more satisfying. And then that's when I start collecting more sets. Originally though, guys, the reason why I have such a big set, I didn't think of saving them, honestly. I just able to get a lot of sets, and I think I was going to build with it eventually.
Oh yeah.
And build larger vehicles with it, and I just able to get more and more at pretty at some bargains, and I just kept collecting it. And that's
so real quick before you talk about the collection, I do want to go back. So at what age were you, in general, when you started to realize that you really like to build? Because that's part of our conversation today too, is the customization side of things, just kind of collecting bricks and buying sets and then tearing that down and then building stuff. So were you always kind of a customizer, or did you kind of, I guess, as you've gotten older, have you gotten more into the customs?
Well, yeah, my first Lego set was when I was 5.
Yeah.
My family bought me a lot of these sets. I started building it, but it wasn't really. It was, I'll say, I was start with the, I guess, again with the Lego Aquanauts, the Wonder vehicles, where I started realizing, what, how would I build these figures? What do I think these figures or these vehicles should look like? And I started building a lot of custom vehicles, a lot of custom ships that I actually got praise for. I sent the pictures into Lego and stuff.
Oh, cool.
So it was
That's awesome.
realizing, I started liking building a lot of custom sets. And basically that's it. I realized it was more fun, again, more satisfying.
Yeah.
But it's a lot easier than what like Brickman does. I don't know if you want to get into that yet first, but
how was it first mentioned? So you've won the prize of mentioning Brickman. What are we, 20 minutes in?
Ding ding ding! You have won a prize.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Brickman, what he does, I mean, you have to give him all the respects in the world. He builds it he's making ratios. He finds the actual figure size ratio. I mean, that's so much harder than what I do. What he does is far beyond anything I can ever do, actually. And I give him all the respects in the world.
Sure.
And I think I told you before, we do talk, and I consider him a friend, actually.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, we talk
Just
a lot.
Great guy.
So much respect. Really, I do.
Yeah. So when you're doing well, actually, we'll talk about customs at the end. Let me follow the script. Okay. Let's talk about your collection. Okay. So your collection. So you said you've kind of gathered. You didn't necessarily buy a ton of stuff right away, and then you eventually dove in. Was there a particular maybe series of sets that you really started to kind of like, oh, I want this, and I actually want maybe a couple more of these for my collection? Can you talk kind of how that evolved, and if it was originally intended to build stuff and then you eventually just kind of haven't gotten to it?
It really started, say, around 2000, when Mega first came out, 2013, 2014, when when that year is when the second Elephant came out, and also a couple of vehicles. This is what I noticed that year, guys. Every time I went to a store, there was more and more sets coming out. There was sets at Target, there was stuff in Walmart. there was stuff in Toys R Us that were different. I mean, no matter how much you buy, there would seem to be a lot more coming out, and it was amazing. It was like wow, this is it's incredible.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to collect all of it, and back then, as soon as I got it, I built it. I keep it in the box. I just built everything, and then there's just again, I just my need to just customize certain things. And I just found that just the need just to build up my version of it. But I just kept seeing things everywhere, and it was just amazing. It was like a whole wealth of Mega back then.
Yeah, right.
And I think I told you guys before. I told you before, Con, when every time they had the New York Toy Fair in New York during President's Day weekend, and they showed the videos online, I couldn't wait to watch the videos, see what's coming out, and you're like, wow, I really. All you want to do is you have to get it. You can't wait to get it.
Right.
And now when you see the sets now, you just want to get it though. But there's just a limited amount of sets now though. But back then, that's when I felt like I had to get everything.
And the quality was stepping up right around that time too. Yeah. That's the other thing, right? Like the builds are a little more intricate. I feel like the pieces were, just fit together better. They kind of put some of those growing pains behind them.
Yeah, it started really getting advanced, and that's when I noticed the builds were highly more advanced. It's something changed where everything was just, I mean, I hate to say use the word beautiful. They were beautiful. These sets were so nicely crafted. It was just I kept wanting to get more and more of them. And that's where it came out. And it was so simple. They just had plates, bricks, and they made something like incredible out of it. And that's why I thought it was such more challenging. So much more. Like when you get it done, you feel so much more fulfilled when you build with Mega though. That's what I loved about it though.
Yeah. Plus, it's something that you're passionate about. That theme, like I feel like if Mega, this is a weird thing to say. If Mega didn't have the Halo license, would you still collect Mega? Maybe, but I feel like it's the pairing, right? It's that partnership. Right. The fact that Mega, especially now, has this really good quality product, and they produce great sets, playability, all that sort of stuff for a franchise that we all love, right? Like it's that combination that's really unique.
Yeah, exactly. That pairing is great. I mean, it's just, I mean, you just want them to build more right now. I don't know how you guys. It's such a great product. It really is. And you just want more. So I guess, Colin, to answer your question, really, I guess it's because of that. There's not a lot of stuff coming out, so you just build your own.
Yeah, right, sure.
You feel you need just to build certain things on your own, and that's, I guess, why that made me buy more sets, just to keep building. And I guess that's one of their goals also. They want you to buy multiple sets.
Yeah.
Like the when they built the Scorpion, the 20 different versions. You buy multiples of those and build multiple versions of it.
Yeah, and there is you buy 20.
Oh yeah, exactly. You buy multiple. I have that's one of my customs coming out later on. It's a large version of a lot of those cannons together in one carrier. That's why I have that ready to go. I just haven't get a chance to build that yet. But it's actually sitting right here, but I haven't get a chance to put that together. But eventually that will get put together though.
So we'll probably hopefully show your collection here in some shape or form during the interview. But do you know how many sets you have? Is that something you keep track of, or do you mentally say like I need at least 5 of every set, or are you just like I like the pieces in this set, so I'm going to grab a bunch because I'm going to use them maybe for a custom down the road?
Exactly. I just buy the sets. I also look for bargains though, Colin.
Yeah.
Most of the time, what I could find. Unfortunately, a lot of my customs, I would say, I guess most of us have the same problem. I know I spoke to Brickman. He has the same problem too. You're limited to what you have of that color. You're limited to pieces and the color of that's available. So I end up buying a lot of sets when I could buy them inexpensive, when they'll go on sale. And I just accumulate a lot of it and just build with that.
Yeah.
Like I said, things will look better. Like my Scarab, I think would look better if I had certain pieces that I want, the silver piece I'm looking for, but it's just not available right now. And it's hard to, I mean, I'll try to buy more silver sets to get those pieces, but it's not so piece that's available though. But you're so limited sometimes. But I know a lot of times people ask me, how would you build it this way? I said, the reason why I built it that way is because that's the piece I have. That's the only ones I have available to me. I do wish sometimes I do have other pieces that I could find or I need to, or more of it though. Some sets only have like 1 or 2 pieces when you actually need 10. So I ended up buying 5 of those, but you still not enough sometimes though.
Right. Yeah. That makes sense. So where do you find most of your sets? And Tom, feel free to jump in at any point. But so you're finding sets, at the major retailers, and then you're having luck at maybe some of the discount stores as well to build the collection.
Just
and again,
the whole topic is painful for me in general.
Yeah, right. Yeah, UK distribution.
I feel
is
for you.
it?
Yeah, in England, I wish they were still there actually.
We need Walmart. That's what we need.
Yep.
Like I said, if you want, I buy stuff too. If you want, I can send stuff to you too. Also,
may have to chat to you about that.
I look for bargains. I'm like everyone else. I'm a bargain thrill seeker. As soon as you see a bargain, I mean, I text you those bargains too, though, Colin.
Yeah.
I find them. I'll grab them. But it's a few and far between nowadays. The day after you visited though, Colin, if you just came the next day, I had a box coming to me that the video's coming out soon, my first haul video. I was able to find some sets, believe it or not, wait till you see this haul. It's from a hobby store. He was selling all these old Mega sets at lower than retail prices. And I guess the guy didn't look on eBay. Someone posted on Facebook. I figured out what store it was. I called up the store. I said, before you look at anything, I'll buy everything off of you, give you a nice fee, pay for shipping, send in everything you have to me.
Really?
And it was wait till you see this haul.
You made it easy for him, so yeah, that's awesome. You gotta be quick. You gotta be quick is what he's saying.
We realized what he was selling to me and how much you could sell for on eBay and stuff. Right. And it was the main thing in that set was the new what is that, the anniversary right, the name eludes me.
The character pack?
No. Shoot, the remake of the Toys R Us with the Sparrowhawk. What's that?
Yes. Oh yeah, the aerial ambush.
Okay, cool. The covert ops one.
Aerial ambush.
Yeah.
He sold it for me for like $1 only, brand new. And
wow.
And it was
wild.
But there was other stuff in there too. It was just, I said, okay, just give me everything you have, and just give it to me. And I made out pretty good on that though. But I told a couple of people too, look at your hobby stores. They do have some old Mega stuff, and you can find it there. And then there's that. I have that method on eBay to gain that finding some bargains. I'm still finding them though, guys.
There's misspell stuff, right? Like spell it wrong, or people that maybe don't put the exact title, right?
Exactly. And I let the algorithm find these sets for me. Like I love the tactical helicopter Call of Duty, where I use a lot of those pieces to build my to build my covert ops collections. I'm able to get a lot of those tactical helicopters for like $100 or something.
Yeah,
so
right.
Keep getting them, but there's ways to find it, guys. I know it takes a little bit of homework, but there's ways of getting it. I also tell people, go to your TJ Maxx's.
Yes.
Go to Ross. They're there. I found I got the Vulture one time for $50 there.
Wow, that's huge.
Yeah, and it was one time, but you just gotta scour, and if you have friends and family going there, just tell them to look for you. You just know they're there sometimes, but you just never know that you do find them. But unfortunately, I know again. Hey, Tom, sorry.
It's all good. I've got a friend who owns a toy store, so he's slowly been getting stuff, and he's actually just got the latest wave of Jazzwares figures with Atriox in the World of Halo scale, so it's okay. There's perks and cons.
So
go ahead.
You get some of the old stuff too, right? Like the old, so like pre-Halo Mega stuff too. Like I saw a couple of the earlier Mega Block sets too. So do you seek those out, or if you just stumble across those, you'll grab those as well?
Oh, if I see them at a bargain, I'll get them. But I've just been collecting. I where I am, there's a lot of Walmarts. So when I just go into them, see the clearance section. When I see them on clearance, I don't even think about it, because I know once you think about it, they're gone.
Yeah.
So I just grab them as soon as I see them though, and I've got again, I've been pretty lucky. Of anything else, one things I did regret though, guys. Remember the Kessel Run set? That was one of those rare sets. The where one of those really
From
rare.
Lego for the Star Wars.
No, the one, the Halo one, the one with the
For the John Locke one, that one.
Yeah, no, it's one of the
Smugglers.
No, it's the Kessel.
Oh, Kestrel
Oh
Strike.
yes,
Kestrel
yeah,
Strike.
yeah.
That was one of the
Walgreens
Spartan.
or Walmart. Yeah.
Yeah, Walmart. I went to so many Walmart. I found it. Right. I only picked up one of those, and they had like a whole bunch of them there. And it turns out to be one of the most rarest sets.
That is one of the rarest
Yep.
sets. Yeah.
I people have asked me if I have any extra of those. I don't have any unopened. I only have an open one.
Yeah.
I just collected more. It was on sale too, and I didn't grab a whole bunch of them because I didn't really like that vehicle.
Yeah, it's like kind of a weird one. It's neat now, but in the moment, it's like, what is this thing?
Yeah, so
that
that
Repex vehicle, wasn't it? Originally.
Yeah,
designed
Repex.
by Mega.
Yeah.
that's what I'm trying to say. Once you see it, don't think about it because it's gonna be gone. Just
Mhm.
and if you ever want, just return it if you don't want it. But if you find it inexpensive, just grab it. It's not
Yep.
gonna be there anymore.
Let's talk about this just a little bit more, and then we'll move over to customs, because I do want to dig into your customs, and there's some beautiful pieces that you have. So let's go with some basic questions. Favorite set? What is your favorite set that Mega has produced in the Halo line?
All of them is the Covenant Strike. That was one of the first one from the Toys R Us line.
Yeah.
Empire and the old Scorpion set. I love that set.
You just did a review on that one, right?
Yes, I did the review on that.
Yeah.
But that really is ultimately my favorite set. I wish I bought more of those.
Mm-hmm.
I only bought 2 of them. I have one unopened, and that really is my favorite set of all time.
That's a cool set. I like those sets that have the kind of the 2 vehicles, especially like decent size vehicles that you can play and fight against each other. Yeah, that's cool. That's one I don't think I own. I think I remember poking around, but I don't think I own a Vampire at all. Yeah, that's very cool. Those are hard to get now, aren't they?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, they're hard to track down.
And if you ask me which one had the nicest box art, I still say the Countdown set, the one with the the one that won. I've got several of those still in boxes, but I still, maybe that was the first really nice set that came out that year. The very first nice big set that came out, and that's always been my favorite art piece of all.
That's cool. Yep. That's the other thing, is like when you have a in-box collection, is just setting them out and looking at all the, different designs of the box arts. And the new box art, I think when it got revealed, people were like, ugh, I don't know what to think about this. But it was such a departure from what they had before. And if you just, if you're looking at the Phantom in the background, I like that box art. I think it looks nice.
It really pops. I think on shelves, people can quite easily see what they're purchasing, which is probably what it's done for.
There's no orange. Like, we were used to that orange, and it's gone now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
New era.
No, I was going to say one thing about the new box art. Yeah, first it takes some liking, but I see what they're trying to do. They just try to really focus on the ship. I think it did its job. I think it really just sticks it out, though. I mean, you see it in the shelf. I think it's again, it takes a while to get used to, but I like it too.
Yeah. They know what they're doing over there. All right, just a couple more questions really quick. Is there a set, a vehicle or something that you want them to produce that you would love to add to your collection?
If you guys see my collection, one of my favorite sets of themes of all time are the Arctic theme.
Yeah.
Theme sets, and a lot of I hope they build more of those. I think I mentioned to you last time, Colin, also during the when they came out with the Mars mission, where they came on the toy fair, 2015, 2016 toy fair, where they came out with all these Mars vehicles.
It's the Mars rover, yeah.
They
and
had
there's like a Viking
the space
ship.
station, didn't they?
Yeah, they never released them, but when I saw it coming out, I saw that it was the same color as the Mega Tundra White, and I was I'm saying, I'm gonna buy tons of these and build a whole bunch of custom Arctic vehicles, and they never came out.
Yeah.
So it was a disappointment. But when the rover came out, and when Toys R Us went out of business, when they went down to, my Toys R Us came down to $20, I bought like 40 of them. 20 enough of those white pieces though to build vehicles.
Yeah. So that's what you use to build your army?
Yeah, I still have a lot of them unopened. During that haul, there were 4 more of them that I got for like $30 that he sold to me for. So I got 4 more of those. So I added that to my collection. But
Yeah.
that's where I got the Arctic White. But I wish people just love. I noticed they love when Mega comes out with different color. Like the Banish comes out with the red, and people love the red and silver. The Arctic themes come out, they do sell it pretty quickly. When they come out with that plum wine red, where the Revenant and the Spectra, that color, people love that. So if they came out different colors, that'd be great. Also, I mean, I just love. But again, to answer your question, Colin, my favorites definitely all time is the Arctic theme.
Arctic stuff, yeah. Yeah, I think they did come out with like those just big pieces, those buckets of pieces. Yeah. But I felt like there weren't enough pieces. Like I wanted more of those pieces, right? Or at least maybe like more of just one color. And it's nice to, you know, get a bunch of pieces, but I felt like the colors, there was too many colors for how many pieces there were in there, right? Like I wanted maybe all of this color or all of that color versus like a couple of each. But I hope at some point they do something like that again.
I really want vegetation. I feel like we don't get enough trees or anything like that.
Yes, you're right about that, Tom. Definitely. I mean, there have been a lot of comments about that too. That they wish there had foliage, just some sort of trees and all that stuff. That they just build. Everyone likes building these landscapes. I know Matt likes building these landscapes all the time, though. Trees actually, though.
Yeah. But you're more personally, you're more into the vehicles, right? Less on the diorama side of things, more into the custom vehicles. Or structures.
Exactly. But one things I am going to build, eventually, I am going to build a Covenant. One of those that's coming up. But I'm going to need a lot of those purple landscapes that they come out with.
Yeah.
But I am vehicles though. It just appeals to me more.
Yeah. Where does that come from? Does it come from a affinity for science fiction, or I think you mentioned earlier, like you would have a set and you wanted to either make it better or bigger? Where does that kind of that desire to build your own come from? Do you think?
Yeah, I guess you hit the nail on the head though, Con. That's it. Just trying to make it look just my own version of it. Just make it look big. Like one of the, I guess is a guy thing. I guess I don't know how to say it. When they build these vehicles, you want to make like seats and like able to transport and more seat, more troop carrier, and that's what I like.
That practicality to it, where it feels like it's got that real function within the universe, and it can be used for that purpose.
Like for the scale, almost, right? Like I found myself. I remember when I was building at a younger age, it was like I always wanted, like Lego always had the 1-seat car, but I wanted the 2-seat car. Yeah. You know, I wanted it to be like more realistic for the scale.
Exactly. That's why when I built the what is it, which got coupled with the Shepherd. I don't know if you saw that. That's that Jeep it was 4-seaters. I made this more seatings into it. And I made everything larger just to seat more people.
Right.
And you just want more people. You can transport more troops in it though.
Yeah. That's very cool. So what are you take us through some of the more kind of the customs that you're more proud of, right? Like, so you've done your videos, so if you haven't checked out John's YouTube channel, maybe promote that really quick, where they can go see some of the videos and talk about, like, I mean, I was there and I was just kind of, my jaw was open. I was just like, I just want to hang out here for hours, like looking at everything and opening them. And I felt weird, like touching them too, because I didn't want to break them. So you had to give me the tour.
Oh, next time you come over, you could break and play with anything. Don't worry. Fine.
You say that, he will literally just throw everything on the floor now.
You could do that. I don't mind at all. You could play. Everything could be put back together, or I just rebuild something. But again, going back to that, Okan. Yeah, when I built that other elephant, I forgot to open it for you. There was bathrooms and showers.
That's right. Yeah.
Beds. I just practicality, just being able to live in there. You know, like putting it in there to live, and then go fight the Covenant in that vehicle. That's your land base. You don't need to go back to the base. You're just in that base attacking the Covenant. Things like that. But what I'm most proud of, guys, well, put it this way. One thing I noticed really a lot of the comments though, people don't like a lot of they don't like the studs being shown. So a lot of my recent builds, custom builds, has been. If you take a look, I kept some here. I don't know if you can see it though. You see there's no studs. There's no studs.
Yeah, right. That's smooth.
It's all smooth. Like this is the Midnight Strike Eagle. I got a lot of comments on that from the Osprey here. There's no studs trying to be. There is some studs on top, but lately I'm just trying to get rid of all the studs though.
It's hard to come across the flat, smooth pieces though, right? Like that's part of the challenge.
Yeah, exactly. I was able to find a lot, so I've been accumulating more and more of that. So when I do find some sets that has a lot of those smooth sets, that's what I try to do. But if you ask me the most proudest vehicles, it's like here's one of them. This is actually, and I showed this one to you too, Colin. It's the Wraith one.
Yes, I love that thing.
Yeah.
It has two versions. I know they like the I've shown to you last time. Has the, if you saw the video, it has a convertible version to it too, actually. Where if you want it, it could convert into a convertible part of it. Let me open that part up. That opens that part. Yeah, it's fine. It goes this part.
Lift it up a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, why?
So
look at that thing.
A lot of people don't watch the full video, so didn't see the two versions. There's a convertible mode and a tank full cover mode. So it looks, it could either go either way, because a lot of their vehicles, you see mega builds, it's a lot of it's convertible. I mean, there's nothing covering it. So I made two of it though. So this is actually one of my favorite builds actually. I got comment on this saying to try to copy the Banished Invader. I didn't realize it looked like the Banished Invader, but I'm eventually going to build that too. But I was not trying to do that. I was just trying to build a ship that was transporting a lot of troops. The other ones I do like was also the Equinox Storms I built, the Banished one, and also the Covenant one. The reason why I wanted to try to do there was again build transport ships. If the what's called UNSC has transport ships, I wanted the Covenant or the Banished to have something, and I tried to show Colin the inside, just getting a chance to show the inside. I made weaknesses in all of them, where I was thinking the Master Chief could battle his way through the inside, and there's a inside there's a revolving like a generator where you could use a Spartan
that's right.
or a rocket launch or missile launcher. One shot could knock out the vehicle. That's why I just had a story for each of them.
That was the thing is so if you guys have probably watched Lego Masters, right? Like they whenever they critiqued those the builders they're always like, well, tell a story with your build, you know. But I find like when I was looking at your stuff, you've done that, and you probably didn't even like get that feedback at all. Like your
show, Mega Masters. I'm copywriting that right now. Anyone watching this, that's Evolve's making that happen.
But you did, and that was apparent to me. I think I even commented on it before you told me about it. It's like, oh, you are like telling, like there's a reason everything is here, and instead of just like building a shell of a vehicle, like the inside, the guts, they all had that extra, you know, element to them, which I thought was fantastic.
Yeah, I was just picturing Master Chief finding his way down here, and there's a way to stop it, and it makes sense. It's you know, a power source at the same time. The ship ran on something. It had to have a power source, and that's what he's trying to get to stop it though.
Yeah,
so
that's awesome.
And that's why I like building these things. It's just it lets your mind go crazy and build these things though, which just makes it so enjoyable, so satisfying.
Well, it's a departure for you. Like it's a creative outlet, right? Like because you don't get that from your work or your everyday life. So like that time is your time to be creative and build something and make it your own.
Yeah, definitely. That's why I try to do every vehicle. There's a reason for a lot of these things though. I try also make something special in each of the vehicles. I don't know if you saw the I have it here, the latest helicopter. The helicopter one.
Yeah, that thing's cool.
Yeah.
Sliding, which I created. I built the doors so sliding, so and everything. Just certain.
The Sea Knight, as in the helicopter that Shepard uses in Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah. Like, but before there was no real form of egress or opening. and I figured it just made sense to have some sort of opening where
Yeah.
no, just do something. They want to open these doors and do something with it, though.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's fun functionality probably to figure out too, like a little puzzle. Like, how am I gonna fit this in here?
Yeah.
That's super cool. What else? Oh, I was gonna ask. You've already mentioned Brickman. Are there any other creators out there that you want to promote or mention, that you keep an eye on? Anybody else that you respect that does stuff?
Well, definitely Brickman. Again, all the respects to him. It's because of him, a lot of things I do, but of course Goodwill Hunter. Also,
Yeah.
he really started it all.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, guys, I wish things would go back when he first started. You see how many views he had and everything else back then when the community was larger, and it could head that way, and I think it just a couple of things that happened. I think we definitely can't head back to that way, but both of them are really really what I respect a lot. These two guys. When I start building some of these ships before is when Goodwill Hunter was building these ships. I just never put it online. I just did it for my own liking.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
I never did to put it on YouTube or anything like that. I just wanted to build on my own. And I think there's a lot of other builders like that out there too.
Yep. For sure.
But definitely those are definitely the two builders, the Goodwill Hunter and definitely by all means, definitely Brickman. He's the pinnacle of everything.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's a good point because, and there's probably a lot of people that just either take pictures or do reviews that maybe just don't get into more of the mainstream community stuff. I know there's tons of people that are doing all sorts of creative stuff, but there is something about YouTube, right? It's that long form video, and that takes another level of effort. Yeah. So I'm sure there's lots of people out there that are creating cool things that either just don't want to learn how to edit, or just don't have the patience for it, or just are content having their own customs out there. So, if anybody's watching this, we'd love to see your stuff. Like, we'd put it out there. I think share it with the community. We want to see what cool things you've created.
Colin, I think I mentioned to you last time though, I had other collectors or other custom builders who have contacted me, who hasn't made any videos, and I asked them why not. And they show me their collections, and it's massive. Some that they built, and I told them, wow, you really gotta make a video out this and put it onto YouTube, right? Let the people see this. Mega too, just how many collectors there are out there, and there's not just a couple. There were a few that contacted me through Facebook, and they send me the videos to me through Facebook, through messaging.
Sure.
I said, why don't you put this online? And they said, I don't feel like it. I don't know why, or didn't want to, but they should. It just shows how big the community really is. I mean, think about it. Things are always sold out. That's a plus. And everywhere you go, things are sold out. Mega is sold out so quickly everywhere. Someone's buying these things. Is buying all these things, and it's a good thing where I guess it shows Mega that just so many people are buying it. At the same time, it's bad because not everyone can get their hands on it. It's a two-edged sword where it's good and it's bad. Right. But there are other collectors out there that's just out there who's just, we don't know about them.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, and we'd love to hear. I mean, to each their own, right? But we'd love if you have a little time, a little energy. We'd love to see what you're creating, what you're working on. We'd love to see your collection. It's fun just sharing collections, having these conversations. That was one thing about John, you and I. It's just like, it's fun just to chat with somebody that has the same passions, right? And just make those connections. To your point there, Colin, I want to thank you guys. I think I told both you guys, I'll listen to your podcast hours and hours on end, just constantly, because I need to listen to it. I found it very enjoyable, and it's just, it's just fun. There's a lot of people with this type of passion out there, and it's a good thing. And I want to thank you guys because you guys make that outlet, so we can talk about it though. Right. And people, you guys have more subscribers. You have people more watching than you realize. There's a lot of people do watch you guys. It's a fun channel. It's a good medium. It's a good platform just to talk about this. There's not much out there now, but hopefully there will be later on. But this is one of the most enjoyable things. Just listening to you guys though. Well, thank you. That's awesome.
That.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think we feel really lucky having this platform and getting to interact with the community, because I remember, Colin, when we first started this, and it was you, Matt, and I, and we were just throwing about Twitter DMs like, shall we try this thing? Is anyone going to listen to it?
Yeah.
And it's so nice actually having an outlet to engage with the community and sharing this passion, and see people who have been collecting for a long time coming out of the woodwork and talking about the hobby, but also seeing new people getting into it as well. And I think that's what it's all about. It's just showing people that actually there is this community for Mega, and there is this shared love for the product. And even if it doesn't always feel like it, there are a lot of other people out there with that shared interest and that shared commonality as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Those are my words of wisdom for this episode.
A couple more things on customs, and then we'll close out the show. I know you've looked at the script, so maybe you've had some time to think about this. I do want to hear about your projects, and then I also want to hear about if you had all the bricks. You have a lot of bricks.
Yes.
Let's say you had all the time in the world, and you could build anything you want. Would you build this like something giant, massive, or would it be something a little smaller and more intricate? So tell me what is next on your project list. I know you have that scarab back there, and you've already mentioned a couple other projects.
But again, yeah, like I was saying before, I was able to collect a lot of those needlers. Remember when I told you it was on sale?
Yeah.
I have over, I believe, 25 of those sets right now.
They went on special pretty recently.
Yeah. And I've collected a lot of that purple, and also some of the purple from the Master of the Universe, the staff, that purple.
Oh yeah.
Old purple. I'm getting really building an intricate Covenant base.
Yes.
That's going to be with platforms, and I have, and it's going to be topped with the high ground. Maybe that's set with the high ground, the Arctic one, down top. I have the three prophets ready to go in their chairs, sitting on top of there.
Yes.
That put together. But that's what I really want to build eventually.
Yeah. Okay.
That's definitely what I want to do.
So wait a minute. So is that going to be based off of Halo Wars, or is it going to be just kind of your own creation?
It's going to be whatever I could get online. I've been researching Covenant bases online. I haven't found. I've seen them, just not much where I could build from. But I'm going to try both. Try to get enough pictures online to copy it, and at the same time just having my own creativity into it though. Just corners and bases and things like that, and then just like a playing field, and just see where Master Chief runs around looking for things.
Yeah.
For things though. So
super cool. So that would be, if you had anything, if you have everything, that's what you, or is that just your next big project?
Yeah, that, and also I'm getting to really build another vehicle for the Arbiter in that purple. I've accumulated of that plum wine color brick, where I'm gonna build another large vehicle, like a chair. It's the Arbiter's chair. I got the name already. It's called Arbiter's Rubicon Chariot or something like that.
Yeah.
For the Arbiter to ride on, where he brings his brothers into combat. Something, and it's gonna be another troop transport kind of deal, where it's gonna carry some of that plum wine vehicles.
Yeah.
So I'm getting ready to build that too. That and the Falcon, the larger version of the Falcon. Those are the three main things I'm thinking about building after the Scarab though.
Have you ever? I love your vision of having like these giant battles and all these troop transports. Have you ever set them out and had them like facing each other? Because I feel like that would be pretty epic.
That I have never done, but if you guys come over, we could do that together. How about that? Definitely.
Yeah, just like them all charging in the battle. It's like that one scene from Reach, remember, where like all those warthogs are driving across the and they're just going in whatever level that is. I'm forgetting. Yeah, it's almost like just charging in.
One of the videos I did make, I don't know if you guys saw this one, where I had all my Arctic vehicles sitting out, where I had my entire Arctic force.
Yeah.
But believe it or not, that's not all of them. I have more than that also. Again, more Wolverines. But yeah, that's why I like. That's a good idea though, Con. Just to have a whole bunch facing each other though. But
yeah, that'd be fun.
To do actually.
And then we could use the rules of the game that I'm working on to like roll some dice and like battle them against each other.
So Builds with Blocks is now sponsored by Colin's new board game.
It's the master plan, right? That's what this is all leading to. Well, this has been great, John. Anything else you want to mention, or anything else you want to promote, or anything like that? I mean, we've loved chatting with you.
Well, there's one question I want to ask you guys. There's one time I cannot find this video again on YouTube, and it wasn't by. I mean, Goodwill Hunter had one of them also, but someone had built a what is it? The Infinity. What the large? It was one of those large UNSC ships. One of those large.
Spirit of Fire?
No, it was Spirit of Fire. I think it was the
Not the Infinity.
The larger version.
That really giant one that took an entire room.
There's the Savannah, which is the frigate that was done in Lego by Nick Brick.
I think that might be it.
It might be it because I saw that video once. I couldn't find it again. But I mean, I would love to build something like that, though. You know.
Yeah. Oh. Tom just sent a link. You just have that at the ready?
I'm psychic. I've been playing so much Cyberpunk that I've actually got implants now that just do this for me automatically.
You gotta paint your fingernails. No. Just like that would be amazing to have the time. I mean, you have the space in your basement to build something that massive.
Why not go one step further and do a minifigure scale frigate?
Ooh.
Something larger. I was planning to build a vehicle that actually houses a lot more land vehicles, that can house the land vehicles to drive them into a location.
That would be cool.
That's what I was thinking of, building another Arctic vehicle like that to do that though. But eventually that will happen in the future though.
I love it. All right, we'll keep an eye on. Let me just make sure I get it right. Keep an eye on the Mega Chief Construx Creator YouTube channel, right?
Thank you. Yeah.
So keep an eye on that. There'll be more good stuff from there. John, thank you so much for joining us. This has been a great conversation. Tom, you got anything you want to mention or anything to promote before we close her out?
I do, actually. I have a community shout out. I came prepared. So I want to shout out Nick Sharon. Nick, I have probably butchered that. I vaguely remember in our email exchange you did tell me how to pronounce it, and I have not prepared ahead of time, so apologies. But Nick sent us some really cool Jazzwares photos via email, so I'm going to stitch a couple of them in now, but there's some really cool photos, really nice use of depth of field, which I always appreciate. So hopefully those of you who are also collecting the Jazzwares World of Halo line will enjoy a closer look at some pictures.
I'm just gonna grab this because I did get my Atriox.
Oh, you did.
Mr. Bovey snatched one of these from a shelf for me. Appreciate that. I'll open him one day, but for now he's just suffocating for a little while longer.
Do you need a second one to open?
Maybe. We'll find out. Awesome. John, any last words?
Oh no, but again, thank you guys. It's an honor to be on this channel, though. Thank you so much, though.
We appreciate all the support. Yeah, absolutely. That'll do it for our show. Thank you for joining Builds with Blocks. If you like the show, feel free to support Podcast Evolved, or we're evolved now. We're just evolved on Patreon. That's right. I got to update my script. Until next time, evolve.
Evolve.
Evolve.